Congratulations. Best of luck in the future.
I don't know anything about that. Right.
Well, good evening, live stream soccer fans. Tonight we have our final live stream broadcast of the season, of the school year actually. We have the Lakewood Cougars in their final home match of the season. I think they are going to make the playoffs. I think every team in the district makes the playoffs. And we've just had the seniors introduced. Coach Anderson has been announced as coaching his final game. They had a little award for him. We've got the players out, about ready to take the field. You can see that there are still some pictures with family going on down there. So the Cougars' final home game here for the season. Coach Anderson is not going to be coaching boys soccer next year, and so it's his final game, and the team wants to see if they can take him out with a win. Appreciate everybody joining me this year. I don't know how many we've had actually watching our soccer games live. I know we've had quite a few people watch later, but if you're joining us live, really appreciate you joining us, and that you either like us or subscribe to us, depending on whether you're watching Facebook or YouTube, as we try and determine what we will do next year for our live stream. I've enjoyed bringing it to you the last couple of years, and we'll be looking at hopefully enhancing what we do next year. Unfortunately, our technology and capital facilities levy did not pass, or does not look like it is going to be passed at this point. So we're not going to be able to get the camera updates and the platform updates that we were hoping for, but we still will endeavor to bring action to you one form or another. You can see out there all of the seniors, captains, plus Kyson Parks, number 11, back from injury after having been out for a couple of weeks with a turned ankle. Kyson wearing the captain's armband, and the other seniors now being the honorary captain. We're still going to try to get our rosters from Cindy Parlin, who is announcing tonight, to see if we can't identify players.
For tonight's contest between,
and she is now going to announce the starting lineup. So announcing the first for the Meridan
all spectators that this game is competitive.
Trojans.
And is also an educational experience
the
for all
Trojans.
players and students.
Having some technical difficulties with the scoreboard tonight, so we won't be able to give you time. We will be able to give you score. We'll approximate time as we go along, but not going to have anything official or unofficial for you tonight.
Canyon James.
And so now to Cindy Parlin for the rosters.
Sophomore forward, number 5, Landon James. defender number 5, Asher Todd. Junior midfielder number 7, Maximo Napoles. Sophomore midfielder number 8, Tay Binta. Sophomore midfielder number 9, Ryan Remp. Junior midfielder number 10, Roberto Guzman. Freshman midfielder number 11, Anthony Miranda Velasco. Senior defender number 12, Eric Pollard. Freshman defender number 12, Kellen Todd. Sophomore forward number 15, Cohen Fuller. Freshman goalkeeper number 17, Louis Camso John. Freshman defender number 18, Landon Downey. Junior forward number 19, Eli Jensen. And sophomore midfielder number 20, Taryn Banks. Brooks, sorry. Joe Spencer coaches the Trojan and is assisted by Thomas Sikkema and Elliot Brubaker. And now for your Cougar lineup. Senior goalkeeper, Alan Sharon. Sophomore, number 2, Taylor Brock. Freshman, number 4, Jason Franstable Klein. Number 7, Aaron Jamillo. Senior, number 10, Patrick Hernandez. Junior, number 11, Kason Parks. Senior, number 16, Andrew Post. Sophomore, number 17, Jack Williams. Senior, number 18, Brandon Miller. Sophomore, number 20, John Williams. Senior, number 21, Lorenzo Cabrera Garcia. Freshman, number 24, Blaze Burkett. Senior, number 25, Miguel Older. Freshman, number 31, Bakari Sonko. Sophomore, number 32, Connor Houston. Sophomore, number 34, Harrison Ware. Sophomore, number 46, Ethan Wheeland. Sophomore, number 50, Emmanuel Herrera. And sophomore, number 99, Ryder Steves. The Cougars are coached by Mr. Nick Anderson and assisted by Jordan Cohagen. Lakewood's athletic trainer is Mr. Brandon Stott. The officials for tonight's contest are registered with the WIAA. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administer the rules of the game. And now at this time, would you please stand, remove your hats, and join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag Have a great game, guys.
All right, so that's the starting lineups. The festivities are over with the senior night, and now we're going to play a little bit of soccer. 40 minutes tonight. I'll be keeping it as best I can on my timer here. Again, as we know, it's unofficial because the referee can't official watch, so we'll at least know when we're around 2 minutes. Cindy Parlin has come through one more time with the rosters tonight, so we'll be able to give you the names as best we possibly can. And this is the final home game for 6 seniors. Alan Sheeran, 0. Patrick Hernandez, number 10. Andrew Post, number 16. Brandon Miller, number 18. Lorenzo Cabrera Garcia, number 21. And Miguel Oglin, who's listed as number 25 in the roster, but I think he's going to be starting in the goal tonight for the Cougars. We saw Blaze Burkett last week doing a fine job in the goal, but we've also seen Olguin earlier in the season in the goal as Nick Anderson has kind of rotated his players. I'm joined tonight on the broadcast by trusty camera person, Carrie Parks, and does a phenomenal job. I want to thank her for her work this year. And we're about to begin. All right, the referee is acknowledging the linesmen, making sure they're ready, and checks with each keeper. They each signal they're ready, and now he'll blow the whistle to begin play. So just underway here, Lakewood High School, Dick Cardinal Stadium, with the Meridan Trojans visiting your Lakewood Cougars. It's a good clearance, takes a high bounce. Knocked down by the Trojans, but Cabrera Garcia puts it back in, and now running onto it is Hernandez. He's dispossessed, couldn't quite make it. Now Sanko's there, and he's going to get called for the first foul of the night. So Sanko a little too physical with that shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. The referee's going to call that contact tonight. We're going to be in for a lot of fouls because that was pretty light compared to what we've seen over the last couple of games. We'll see if he's just setting a tone early or if he really is going to call the game that closely. Again, thanks for joining us tonight on our YouTube and Facebook page. If you like our broadcast, want to see us continue next year, subscribe to us. We'll be able to look at that data, and also like us on Facebook. Look at that data to give us the data that we'll be able to take to the school board to continue our broadcasts. Trojans now working the sideline. Now Cabrera Garcia steps in, knocks it away, but the Trojans return it back, squaring it, and now dropping it back, looking to reset. Attacking 10 Cougar defenders. Looking to turn, and there's Cabrera Garcia knocking away and getting a clearance to the half line. Missed touch there by the Trojan left back, but he regains it before it goes out of bounds as the Trojans reset. Running the channel there is turned around by Miller, forced back, again square into the middle of the field, trying to beat Houston in the middle, but very nicely, I believe that was Taylor Brock that stepped in, cleared it up to Hernandez. It was Taylor Brock, nice defensive step in by Brock, and then it was just a little bit of an ambitious pass to Hernandez, who was unable to run it down. So just underway. I've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds gone, 0-0, as we'll be keeping our time on our, well, we would call it our timer, but everybody really knows that it's a cell phone, a smartphone that has a timer on it. Ball played in, that's knocked down by Williams, but he's beat, but he's not able to get it. He's able to get it back. Gets it out from under his feet, gets it to Sanko, continues his run on the back heel, but intercepted. Ball crossed to the middle, headed away by the Cougar defender. I believe that is well, it says number 95, but we had this trouble last week as well. So we'll make sure we get his name right as we go along. Attempted back heel by Cabrera Garcia on that. The ball was knocked down, but right to a Trojan defender. And that was cleaned up by Williams. He clears it, but just to the middle of the field to a Trojan, and here they come back on the attack one more time. Missed pass, missed hit by Houston trying for the clearance. Brock is able to clear it, and Hernandez playing the high bounce It's now in a foot race. He's pushed off and knocked down, and there is no call. Out of nowhere, Patrick Hernandez is plowed to the turf, and the referee says play on. He must have been watching the ball and not off the ball. As a very physical challenge let go. Very different what we saw from the very light challenge he called earlier on Sanko. Brock again challenges on the outside, cleaned up by Houston, who gets it to Hernandez this time. He controls it. Brock continues his run, looking for Miller in the middle. Drop to Garcia, who drops it back to number 95. Miller scoots it along to Sanko. One man to beat, puts it by him. Squares it in the middle to Miller. Doesn't control it. Hernandez is there. Hernandez turns around, keeps in possession, looking for some help. Doesn't see any, continues to look. Now he does a little step over. Gets by one, gets by two. Gets it in the middle to Cabrera Garcia, but he's run off the ball. So a nice little offensive foray, a lot of ball possession, but not a lot to show for it. Trojans on the counterattack. And there's a lot of contact there, and that ball rolls out. And the referee is going to give a corner. So again, a lot of contact out there on the outside. No call. Subbing now in for Miller is Sharon. So Sharon will be up front. Miller coming out. Trojan will take the in-swinger. No wind to help, and that ball is headed into the back of the net. Beautiful in-swinging ball off the head of a Trojan and into the back of the net. Not much Oakwood could do on that. And so, 7 minutes into the game, the 33-20 mark, the Trojans are on the board, leading 1-0. So the Cougars need to respond with a little bit of pressure and a little bit of possession, which they haven't had much of either of those so far tonight. Although they did give up that goal on a set piece, they've been pretty good defending set pieces this year. But that time, that ball just came in and found the right head and went into the back of the net. It's a long ball down, cleaned up by the central defender. Andrew Post now defending the ball, and he takes it away, but it's taken back. Some service into the middle, stepped in nicely by the defender, but unable to be cleared by Williams. Williams clears it this time out of bounds, and it's going to be a Trojan throw-in. Long searching ball put in, not really troubling Oakwood, not really to anybody, just into the middle. He possesses it and he punts it, and it's a long punt over everyone. Sanko's on it, he's one-on-one to the goal, beats one man, squares it to Houston, who has it, puts it low and wide. Great shot by Houston just outside the post. I'm not sure that the Trojan keeper could have gotten down in time to get that had it been on net, but a nice counterattack set by the quick punt by the keeper, and Sanko was able to get on it, get his head up, and square it into the running Houston. Mispossessed by the Trojans, bad first touch, rolls out of bounds. It'll be a Cougar throw-in. That's Post going to throw it into Cabrera Garcia. He's unable to control it, but now he gets it back, and he puts a long ball in, but he puts it out of bounds. So good idea, didn't quite get his hips around, looking for another run down the right side by Bakare Sanko. See if he can't get one-on-one with the Cougar defender, the Trojan defender, number 18, Landon Downey, a freshman, out here defending on the right outside back. The long throw cleaned up by Post. Williams was unable to get to it before it went out of bounds, but it's going to be a throw in off the Trojans for the Cougars. Post throws it into Sanko, knocked out of bounds by Sanko, and it's going to be Trojan throw. Downey with the throw out here. The outside throws it long over the head of the offensive player, turned around by Williams, and he knocks it off the Trojan offensive player. Who's wearing number 2. They don't have a number 2 on their roster, so I'm unsure of who that is. Cabrera Garcia puts it long. Sanko running onto it. Looking across to a running Sheeran, who is wide open, unmarked in the middle of the box, but knocked out of bounds for a corner kick. If that ball gets by the defender, Sheeran could just escort that ball into the back of the net as he was completely unmarked. Jason Francois Klein now coming into the game. Kyson Parks coming into the game. We haven't seen Kyson for a couple of games now with the hurt ankle, and he's going to line up there, try to get his head on a ball and get it into the back of the net. Hernandez to give the service. He's near post. Ball goes through. Sanko misses it, and it's popped over the top of the net and out for a goal kick. So a little exciting moment as that ball dropped free at about the penalty spot, but Cougars unable to do anything with it, and it goes out for a goal kick. This is Ryder Steves now into the game. Him with the blue boots up front. So Francois Klein now is at the right back spot, it's customary right back spot. Kyson Parks is now playing a central midfield role. We've generally seen him in a central defender role. And of course, Ryder Steves was aforementioned up front. Sanko steps on the ball. Parks cleans it up, puts it out to Brock. He controls it, looks down the sideline, knocked out of bounds, and it's off the Trojans for a Cougar throw. 27-21 left to go in the first half. Cougars trailing 1-0 on a set-piece goal off a corner kick by the Trojans in the 7th minute of the game. Trojans playing a little one time. They run a little effort, put a shot on goal. Olquin gets down, is able to spill it wide. No one there for the Trojans on the rebound, so he's able to kick it out for a corner kick. So corner kick here for the Trojans, second one of the night. Their first one of the night resulted in a goal. So Cougars will need to mark better this time. Another in-swinging kick. Serve near post, Francois Klein heads it back at him, put back into the mixer, controlled but knocked down, but right there is Hernandez who gets it out to Steves. Steves is grabbed but no call, and then he puts down the central defender for the Trojans. So you now have some subs coming in for the Trojans. Trojans setting it up, looking for space. Good pressure by the Cougars. Brock knocks that one down. Hernandez gets on it. He has 2 men to beat, can't do it, as the Trojans retain possession. Hernandez knocks that one down. And now 2 Cougars are running onto it. Cougars now really putting pressure on the back line as they've now forced the Trojans all the way back to their keeper. Sonko's able to run that down, but he's unable to control it. Goes out of bounds for a Trojan throw-in. So better pressure on the offensive end in the Trojans as they were not able to comfortably just move it out of their own back end. The long switch. Give and go. Francois Klein cleans that up, puts it forward. Knocked down. Long ball now played, and it the Trojan player slipped and fell, and the ball went out of bounds. So that's going to be a Cougar throw-in. 15 minutes gone now in the first half. Cabrera Garcia in for Houston, and Miller back in for Sheeran up top. Ball goes out for a Cougar throw. Slide tackle, almost tripped Cabrera Garcia. Definitely would have been a foul. It was from behind. Puts it in the middle. Unable to get to it. Parks has it, has his head up. He's looking outside for Steves. Steves come back to get it, but it's intercepted by Maximo Napoli. Garcia gets it to Sonko. Has a man to beat, can't do it. Oh, but he steals it back. Oh, tries to go around 2 Trojans, can't do it. They have the ball back. They're coming back on the offensive end. An unforced error out of bounds will be another Cougar throw-in. And more subs now. Coming in for Hernandez is Harrison Ware. He'll play out there on that left wing. Hernandez did some good work out there, especially defending as the Cougars retreated. Put into the middle, not there, knocked down, knocked away, finally cleared by Williams. It's going to be a throw for the Cougars. Ball centered in, knocked away by Williams, knocked away again to Garcia. Cabrera tries to play it long, knocked down by the central midfielder. And Trojans regain possession. Sonko takes it, gets it to Cabrera Garcia, who again plays it long, this time in the area of Steves. He's unable to control it. It's Landon Downey was right on his back. It's into Napoli, puts it in the middle. Back to him. Steves is back defending. He still had to beat Francois Klein as the Cougars are defending in numbers. It's going to be out for a Trojan throw-in. Ball's dropped to the middle, no one. Harrison Ware's going to be able to get on it, drops it to Sonko. Plays it out wide to Brock. Brock has some space. Looks down the line for Ware. Ball stays in. He's able to get to it. Drops it back to Sanko. Sanko looking for the big switch to Francois Klein, but it just is out of his touch. Is a late run. Good idea on the switch as Francois Klein was coming late, just unable to get to it. Halfway through the first half, 20 minutes to go. 1-0 on the set piece header off the corner kick. Trojans lead. Sanko's able to step in now and get that. He's got a man to beat, a man in front. He's got Ware running with him. Steve's on the far post, but he's unable to beat the second defender. It's a good clearance. Williams steps in, takes that ball away, and here he comes back on the attack. He's got space, looks for Steves, and Steves was in an offside position when the ball was played to him. He did try to come back and get on sides, but once the ball is played, if he is offsides to start, he can't run back on sides and get possession of the ball. Still offsides. Little give and go down the left side. Doesn't beat the Cougars. And there's Kyson Parks knocking it out of bounds. It's going to be a Trojan throw-in. Good job by Parks standing up Napoli. Ball's off ahead, and it's going to be a Trojan corner kick, their third of the night. Looked like the Trojans were unsure of the call, or half the Trojans were. You had 4 of them in the penalty box, 4 of them retreating to midfield like it was a goal kick. But enough people yelled corner kick that they're able to get it figured out. Although on this corner kick, they still have, 5 guys outside the box. So Napoli's going to have the in-swinger. Napolis. There's a miss hit there, knocked down by Miller. He's chasing it. Controlled, now shot from distance, and that's flying wide. And they're going to say that the Cougar keeper tipped it wide. It looked like it was easily going wide without that effort, but just to be sure, I guess he got his hand to it. And it's going to be a Trojan corner kick. This is going to be their 4th of the night, and this is the side where Napolis was able to have the in-swinger and get it right off the head of a Trojan and into the back of the net for a goal. So the other near swinger, again, they're going near post. This time it's knocked down and cleared out by Cabrera Garcia. It's going to be a Trojan throw. 16:43 left to go in the half. Trojan substitute. Trojans lead 1-0 on that set piece corner kick. Chested down by Williams and cleared just to midfield. It's going to be dropped down as the Trojans will look to set it up. Downey just puts it out of bounds. ball was kicked right to Nepolis, who caught it, and that should have been a kick, not a throw-in, as it's an obvious handball, but maybe he was standing out of bounds when he caught the ball. And actually, it could have been a yellow card for catching the ball. Anytime you purposely catch the ball to stop play or to stop an offensive attack, it could and maybe even should be a yellow card. So, interesting no call, interesting throw in. Not the first thing I've been interested in tonight, and the way it looks, it won't be the last thing I'm interested in tonight. Trojans again on the attack. Cougars again defending in numbers. The cross in. It's mishit. The clearance wasn't very clean, and instead it bounced off his foot and went out of bounds. So that's going to be another corner kick for the Trojans. This is going to be their sixth corner kick of the night. I am. And every time the Cougars defend one without allowing a goal, their percentage of defending corner kicks go up, because at first they were 1 for 1 in scoring, and now they're 1 for 5. So from 100% success rate to 20% success rate. Ball's put in, headed away by Williams. Ware has it. Gets it to Brock, but Brock can't chase it down. So they're going to call Parks for stepping in the way of that runner, even though the runner had no chance at playing the ball. Maybe the referee determined that had Parks not stepped in his way, he would have had a chance to play the ball. But another interesting call and another set piece. This one is a shot on goal, but it's up and over the top, and it's out for a goal kick. 13 minutes left to go in the first half. Trojans lead 1-0. Senior night here, last home soccer match for these 6 seniors, as well as Coach Nick Anderson, who they said before the game was not going to be coaching boys soccer next year. It's a lot of energy, a lot of emotion. The Cougars look to send Coach Anderson out as well as these seniors out with a win. But right now they're trailing 1-0 late in the first half. Long ball put through, knocked down by Williams. Gets it out to Brock. Brock ahead to Sunko, can't control it. And it's going to roll all the way back to the Trojan keeper, who I believe is Luis Camacho John. He's the only goalkeeper listed on the Trojan roster, a freshman. And Parks knocks that down, but he knocks it up off his hand and boots the ball in frustration. And now Miller's coming out, and Parks is getting a little encouragement from Coach Nick Anderson. And that ball rolls all the way through to Oldwin, and he's going to punt it. He's got a big leg. He's already punted 2 into offensive position tonight. Ware gets up on it and forces the Trojan defense to put it out of bounds. Another nice boot by Olguin. The flag is blowing a little bit, not really stretched out, but if you're sitting in the stands like we are, you can definitely feel that there is a breeze blowing, and it's blowing from west to east, as it almost always does here at Dick Cardinal Stadium and onto the baseball field. Been here for many, many games over the last 17 years, and the wind almost always blows in that direction. Under 10 to go now here in the first half. 1-0, Trojans lead. A little bit of pressure. That ball's controlled by Cabrera Garcia. Good touch. Now he goes through. He's knocked down from behind. And that is the first penalty called tonight on the Trojans. And it comes at a great spot. We know that Cabrera Garcia has a big leg. And I anticipate that he's going to try and attempt a shot on goal from this position. And he does, and it's up and over, and it's not close. Not the first time we've seen that ambitious attempt from Cabrera Garcia this year. Looking for that spectacular goal, or perhaps having something knocked down by the keeper so that the Cougar offensive players rushing towards the goal maybe put in a rebound. Trojans now on the counter, playing it through. Olguin comes out. He's caught in no man's land. He's chasing the ball down. Now he's going to recover. Ball's flipped into the middle, and that's headed out of bounds. Olguin, very dangerous, chasing the ball out. 15 yards from his goal, was able to turn the Trojan player around and force and allow his defense to recover, and then scramble back into the goal as that ball was put out of bounds. Seventh goal kick, corner kick tonight for the Trojans. Ball put in the middle. Olguin punches it out. Harrison Ware swings and misses, but Brock is able to get on it. Not enough. Stepped in by Williams. Looks to the outside. Here comes Francois Klein on the run, but that was a heavy touch. Intercepted by Downey, and now the Trojans are coming back the other way. So a brief bit of excitement for the Cougars offensively, but a heavy touch on the outside stymied the attack. Sonko steps in, tries to go by a couple of Trojans, is unable to as they recover, and now they're coming back on the attack. Sonko steps in, forces that turnover. Cabrera Garcia puts a long ball in. Ryder Steve's running onto it. Ball's turned around to the outside. Ware's on it now. He's got two men to beat, and one of them knocks it out of bounds for a Cougar throw. Taylor Brock is there in support, going to throw it in. As the Cougars look to mount an offensive attack here with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first half, trailing 1-0. Ware has it, looking to turn, instead drops it to Brock. Brock puts it into the middle to Steves, knocks it down. He looks to turn. He's surrounded by Trojans. They finally dispossess him, and they send it out to midfield, where the Trojans will now attack with now three players. Hard challenge by Cabrera Garcia, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Cougars. So, good defensive recovery by Cabrera Garcia. Oh, they are going to call a penalty. Well, okay. Cabrera Garcia, the long ball into Steves. Knocks it down to Parks, but he can't control it. Through ball, but right to the keeper. We'll see if he punts another long one. See if he can't get a fast break attack. And there's a long punt. That ball went 50 yards in the air. 60 yards in the air. That ball's put in. We got a running Cougar on it, but Ware just can't quite get there. Nice cross into the middle. Ware was on it, but he just over his head. Couldn't quite get it as the keeper, John, is able to secure it for the Trojans. Cabrera Garcia stops that attack, but goes right to a Cougar, right to a Trojan. Parks takes that ball, and now he puts it long. And Hernandez and Steves are running onto it again, but this time a little too far. As John secures it, gets it out to Downey. Out here to the left wing to Annapolis. Four minutes to go here in the first half. Cougars trailing 1-0, showing a little sign of life here on the offensive end in the last couple of minutes. And Sonko steps in, knocks it away, but right to a Trojan offensive player, and they remain on the attack. Trojans trying to patiently work the ball, but that ball is too heavy and out of bounds. Into the game for Steves is Aaron Yarmolillo. He's going to play the right wing. Ball's into Parks. Drops it to Francois Klein, who looks into the middle for Hernandez. Sonko's on it. He puts it in long. Ware's running onto it, but John is out of his net right to the edge of the 18 and is able to pick it up. Another good long ball. Cougars just can't quite connect on there. Yarmolillo with the steal, but taken back by the Trojans. That's a heavy touch. Francois Klein should clean that up. It's off his hand, and that is a handball, as the Cougars all were looking for the handball call. Cabrera Garcia plays that long ball. Chested down, but by Hernandez, just a step off. If he had been a step further back, he might have been able to secure that ball. That ball's just going to roll to Oakwood, and it's going to be a goal kick. Ball played just long to no one. So 2 minutes left to go in the half. Looks like we're going to have a sub. We've got maybe blood or maybe some tape. Oh, definitely blood. So it looks like Annapolis has a skin knee. So Lakewood School District trainer Brandon Stott, ever ready with his toolkit of tape and bandages and disinfectant, is going to work on Annapolis's knee, get another Band-Aid on it so he can get back into the game. Foul on the Cougars as they were in the attack. The ball goes out of bounds. Cougars pushing up. Throw-in comes to Yarmolillo, but knocked away. Cougars will throw again. I have 45 seconds left to go in the half. Of course, my timer is not official. And there's Cabrera Garcia. There's Connor Houston. The ball is switched fields. Williams steps in, but right to a Trojan attacker. Referee is looking at his watch. So Brock knocks that down, looks for a clearance, and he is tackled hard, and that's going to be a foul on the Trojans. I have 2 minutes gone exactly. I have the 40 minutes having been played. The referee is looking at his watch, so he is of the fact that we're under 2 minutes. So we'll see how much longer the half goes as the Cougars trail 1-0 here at the end of the first half against the Meridan Trojans. Trojans come back this way, and Olgwin gets it, and now we'll see if we get another boot. This one not quite 60 yards in the air, more like 45, but with the big bounce. And there is the end of the half. So too bad Sanko was running onto that. It would have been nice if the official would have allowed that play to continue for a couple more seconds, see if the Cougars could have gotten something going. He did not. So we've reached the end of the first half, and the Cougars trail 1-0. We're going to take the 10-minute break, and then we'll be back with the second half run. We'll see you in 10. Well, we're back. It's the start of the second half, and I've lost my talented camera operator, Carrie Parks. Thanks to her all season long for soccer, for helping us out, doing the pictures. So I'm going to try and do the pictures and the commentary at the same time. And we'll see how that goes. Been able to do it before, but not in a situation where we've had to go up and down the field quite so much. So 40 minutes to go, we're underway, and that ball is played long, and it's right into the hands of the keeper, and the Trojans are on the attack. Did not realize how hard this might be, but that's okay. We're going to make our way through it. We'll make sure you get the pictures more than necessarily you get the commentary. You might miss a few names as I'm looking through this. That ball's crossed into the middle, and it's cleaned up on the outside by Francois Klein to Aaron Yarmolia, who stays into the game after the half. And he's surrounded by three Trojans, drops it to Pereira Garcia, plays it long, and Hernandez runs onto that. As the Trojans come on the attack. Some interchange, just kicking it back and forth. And now the Trojans have it, coming on to attack. They settle it. And that's a hard challenge there by Harrison Ware, and it's out of bounds for the Trojans. Long ball put in, and that's over the top. And that's not going to trouble anybody. So Miguel Olguin will be back in the goal for the start of the second half. We've seen Blaise Burkett a few times this year, but Olguin has gone all the way tonight. Trojans again on the attack. They're attacking with 4 or 5 people. The Cougars are defending 4 or 5, and Sanko steps in, gets the arm out, puts the shove in, and it is foul on Sanko. Just underway here in the second half. 3 minutes gone. Trojans lead 1-0 on their first corner kick of the night. That's on net, on frame. Oakland is there. He quickly gets it out here to Brock. Brock plays it long, but by all the Cougar offensive players, Yarmolia's chasing it. And now again, the Trojans are on the attack. Good step that by Williams, but he's dispossessed at midfield. Harrison Ware gets it, he's shoved down, and there's the foul. So a good physical challenge by I think we'll have a wider angle here. Puts it into the mix, knocked down by Sanko. He turns and he shoots it, and it goes over the top. We're wanted to quickly turn the camera to see if we can't get it more stable. Maybe, there we go. Have it a little less tilted. Good step by Ware, but taken back by the Trojans, who now play it long. And Oakland comes out quickly and he punts it out of bounds. So Steve's now into the game for Hernandez up front. Ryder Steves, we've seen do a lot of running tonight. The Trojans continue their attack on the far side. Ball's put in the middle, knocked around a little bit by Brock and Williams. Now Houston's challenging the ball out here at midfield. So they switch the attack, but it's just too far and out of bounds. That's going to be an unforced error. It's going to be a Cougar throw. Renzo knocks it down out to Sanko at the midfield. Beats a man, squares it out to Brock. Brock's now coming on the overlap, and he puts it through. It's a foot race with Steves and the keeper John. The keeper John wins it, and he is able to secure it. Good challenge by Ware, takes the ball away, beats him to the, looks like to the end line, knocked away. It's going to be a Cougar throw. Nice work by Harrison Ware. Ball's put up front to Sanko. Trojans beat him to it. Now it's played long, and it's going to just roll, and it's going to roll out of bounds. That's going to be a Cougar throw in. Weren't any Trojans in the area. Brock now to throw it in. Long throw, Sanko drops it to Houston, who plays it long, and they're running onto it. Johns is up. He's knocked down, but he's able to scramble and get it. Johns and Steves jousted for it. Johns is able to get it. Steves another good run. That was close. Cougars trying to get on the board to tie this thing up, trailing 1-0. 8 minutes gone here in the second half. Yarmolio and Francois Klein get a little confused. That ball comes into the middle. Not able to control by a Trojan. Knocked down, controlled, and now there's a, and that player for the Trojans just threw down the Cougar defender, both hands around his shoulders, and threw him down. And the referee is just giving him a talking to. That's amazing to me that he only gets a talking to. That's a yellow card offense in my book. Anytime you grab somebody and forcibly throw them to the turf, it seems to me this isn't football, this is soccer, and that should be a yellow card. Sanko steps in, and now he's on the run. But this has started right at the very beginning, where the officials have let the more aggressive Trojans, the more physical Trojans, have their way with the Cougars. Sorry about that pole in the way. Great job on the outside by Taylor Brock defending and turning that attack back. Long long throw down the sideline. Brock able to knock it down and secure it. Clears it, but only as far as the top of the 18. Now Houston's up challenging for it. He puts his head to Garcia Rivera. Now, a lot of volume that results in kind of a half volley shot just plopped up in the air to Olgman. Long boot, more of a line drive this time than the arching punch that we saw in the first half. And controlled by the Trojans. Francois Klein defending. He goes down, no call. Now there's a call. Ball comes to the center to Steves. Trojans controlling at the half line. Long ball put in. Brock defending on the side. Ends up turning him around and taking the ball from him. Nice play by the sophomore, Taylor Brock. Ball's taken back as he got no support or help after the steal. Steves runs his man off the ball. Now he has it on the outside. Ball sent into the middle, headed away nicely by the defender, and now cleared. Ball right to the middle. Steves knocks it down. He gets it back, puts it out on the outside. Into the middle. Harrison Ware's there, drops it to Sanko. Sanko puts his left foot on it, and it's a goal! Bakare Sanko with the left foot beats the keeper Johns into the side netting. Great transition goal by the Cougars. Good awareness by their attacking players. Sanko gets in, a quick touch, a quick turn, and he flashes it by the keeper. We are tied at 1 with 28 minutes left to go here in the match. 1-1 tie. Cougars on the scoreboard. Bakari Sanko with the goal, and that ball is put out of bounds. It's going to be a Trojan throw-in. Cougars have been close all night tonight on the counterattack, just kind of one step away. And now here they come on the counterattack again. Sanko on the run, tracked down by a couple of different Cougars, drops it to Houston, or Trojans. And he puts it wide to Ware. Ware gets it right back to him. Now he puts it into the middle. Steves knocks it down, unable to do anything with it. It's cleared to midfield. Williams, or no, not Williams. There's Williams goes down, and the referee's going to play on. And now Francois Klein takes someone down, but no call there. He remains down. A lot of physical play by the Trojans. And Francois Klein went down hard. And now he's limping as he comes out of the game as Coach Nick Anderson goes to get him. Another very physical challenge by the Trojans goes unchecked by the official. And in fact, it's going to be Trojan ball on the free drop because of the injury and the stoppage of play to Francois Klein. Ball's knocked down by Sanko, who plays it long to Harrison Ware running. Ware controls it. Looking to make a move. Connor Houston's there. Now that's a long ball. That's cleaned up by the Cougar defense. Matt Williams continues his run. That ball's off of Trojan, right to Steves. Cougars now with a lot of high press. Steves gets it back, but he gives it away. And now the Trojans are running onto it. But great coverage in the back by Williams, forces the Trojan wide. Brock comes over, cleans it up, but it goes out of bounds for a throw. Good work back there by Williams and Brock. Big throw now, just coming short. Sanko steals it, and now he begins his run up the sideline. That was a little bit of a heavy touch, but he puts it by to Harrison Ware with the 1-2 back to him, and now he continues his run, but his touch deceives him, and the ball rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. A little more energy in that Cougar offense right now, with Sanko seeming to be energized by that goal and having some joy on the left side with Harrison Ware. Alan Sheeran now coming into game 0 for Steves, and Sanko's coming out as Cabrera Garcia re-enters the game. Throw in for the Cougs as they return on the attack. Williams knocks that down the midfield, gets it to Cabrera Garcia, pops it up for a runner, gets knocked down to Sheeran, plays it to the outside. That's Hernandez. Hernandez has run off it. And that's switched out wide. Oh, miscommunication on the outside between Houston and Ware. As Williams knocking it down. Now coming back at trying to get a little more steady on the tripod there. Trojans continue to work that right side, crossing the middle, knocked away by the central defense, and that's out for a throw-in. Ball put into the mixer, strikers onto it, knocks it down, but well defended by Post and by Williams. Coming right back at them now. Quick clearance. Again, the Cougars have not had a lot of possession tonight, but they have had some good counterattacks, and that's what they're looking for, is one more good counterattack to get the lead. Onkman with the punt, and again, the long ball. Hernandez to Houston. To Ware. Ware shoved in the back. And we get a call from the official. So subbing now for the Trojans as Cabrera Garcia will come up. And if things hold true to what he's done in the past, he's going to try and put this on goal. So long ball curling in, one hopper to the keeper. The keeper's unable to secure it. Ball rolls free, but cleaned up out of bounds for a Cougar throw. Dangerous, dangerous offensive attack by the Cougars as the freshman goalie, Luis Camacho John, was unable to catch the ball cleanly, and as it spilled, the Cougars were able to get on it. Cougars on the attack. Cabrera Garcia had a high boot. That's going to be a foul, and it's going to be a free kick for the Trojans. Cougars again looking to pressure up high, making the Trojans uncomfortable in the back. That ball is stolen away and now possessed by Post, trying to find Hernandez on the outside to Cabrera Garcia. Looking to get the ball inside to Sheeran. Tries to beat the man, just can't quite do it. Comes back out to Post. And again, the Cougars continue that attack as the Trojans continue to defend in numbers. Good step by Houston, but unable to get it to his teammate. Ball's played in long, run down by the Trojans. Turned sideways, forced back. Good defense on the outside. Ball put into the middle. Williams clears it to Houston. Houston has it now as he turns to look to go. Rolls it ahead to Taylor Brock. Brock is taken down. Oh, referee plays advantage. Good call by the official to play advantage. Cougars can't really do anything with it. Brock scrambles back to his position. Ball's played in, trying to switch it out wide to Ware. Sheeran has it, tries to get it back to Ware, but it rolls out of bounds. That's going to be a throw-in for the Trojans. Good step by Cabrera Garcia. Sanko, he puts it on net and does not trouble Johns that time. Although he did not field it cleanly, he didn't have anybody there running on him to cause any damage. Counterattack now by the Trojans. Put into the middle. Olquin's there. And he's going to throw it out here to the outside to Sanko, who has a ton of room. She is now running at the Trojan defense. Tries to beat his man, and they slide and they take it out of bounds. That's going to be a throw-in for the Cougars. "17 minutes to go here in the second half. 1-1 tie. Trojans got a goal in the 7th minute off a corner kick. And the Cougars answering early in the second half on a beautiful left-footed strike by Bakari Sanko. Trojans in possession, but there's Steves coming back to defend, and he's able to knock the ball away, retain possession, getting it to Williams. Williams squares it to the outside to Parks. Parks is a searching ball down the sideline to Hernandez. He's able to control it, but it's taken away from him. Trojans again on the attack. They have 2 offensive players, and there's 6 Cougars back. There's the 3rd offensive player coming, but it's knocked away, and the Cougars clear it. It's going to be a corner kick. be the in-swinger. And Sonko clears it, but only to the top of the 18. Gets it again. He goes down. I'm not sure if he was touched or not. Another attempt, shot blocked, looked like by either Parks or Brock, maybe both. The ball's run down on the outside. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Trojans. Long throw-in, headed up in the air, now out. Parks controls it, but he's unable to clear it. That ball shot from distance, knocked down right to the Cougars, who clears it. Now Steves is running onto it. And he's beat. The Trojans able to turn the ball around and get back going on the offensive attack. So those searching long balls really have not paid off for the Cougars tonight, but they do have a goal in a transition, counter-attacking, a quick counter-attacking transition. So that ball's going to roll out. It's going to be off the Trojans. It's going to be a throw-in. Under 14 minutes to go here in the game. 1-1 tie. Ball's played long into the midfield area. Trojans are on it. Steves is chasing it, but to no avail. Oh, mishit there. That came outside to Miller, who went back to Steves. Steves running through it, but he's shielded off nicely by the Trojan defender. And Johns is able to secure it. Punt is knocked down by the Cougars, and now they're coming back on the attack. Hernandez chasing it. And he forces a ball to be kicked out of bounds. That's going to be a throw-in for the Cougars. In the last quarter hour of the match, tied at 1. Last home game for those 6 seniors and Coach Nick Anderson. Ball's flicked on, nothing there, no one there. Popped up in the air. Trojans now back on the attack. But the Cougars are there, and they turn them around and force them back. That possession is forced all the way back to their back point. Now switching the field, but that ball stepped in by Brock. And Cabrera Garcia has it. And he turns it around and puts it down the sideline, looking for Steves, not there. And the Trojans are again on the attack. It looks like Napolis puts it into the middle. That's missed by Williams, but cleaned up by Brock. And now that ball is booted to the sideline. Brock's going to chase it, try to save it, and he just quite can't do it. So throwing for the Trojans.
Go Lakewood!
Ball's intercepted by Williams. And played long to Steves. Doesn't have a touch on it, but he's now running onto it. But Johns is out at the top of his 18. And he is able to secure it. Rolls it out to a defender. Steves pressuring up high. And the Trojans are now going to methodically try and bring the ball up into their offensive end. Hernandez makes him turn around. He goes all the way back. Steves is now looking to run on it. Misplayed there. Tried to get it to Sonko in the middle. Couldn't do it. And now here come the Trojans attacking 4-on-5. Ball's rolling in the middle. Cleared away by the central defense off the head of Hernandez. He's now running on it. There's a good step by Cabrera Garcia, and he plays it long now, but to no one. But there's Brandon Miller tracking back, trying to get it, put some pressure on. although the Trojans are safely out of trouble now. Good hustle by Miller. Good step there by Williams. Gets it back in the middle of the field, but can't do anything with it on the turn. Looking for Hernandez. It's out of bounds. It's going to be a Trojan throw-in. 10 minutes left to go here in the game. Harrison Ware's coming in. Alan Sheeran's coming in. Connor Houston's coming back in. Francois Klein's coming back in. Williams, Steve's coming out. Hernandez is coming out.
Taylor, short time.
And now Taylor Brock, who we've seen on the left outside back, is going to push up to forward. We've seen that a few times this year. Francois Klein now is going to play the left back spot instead of the right back spot. And that's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a Trojan throw. Sonko deflects it to Houston, who puts it out of bounds, and that's going to be another Trojan throw. So we've seen Brock flash some speed today. He's been able to go by some people. We'll see if he can now use that to his advantage out here on the left-hand side. From the Trojans on the attack, put it into the middle, headed away. Francois Klein is going to track it down. Well, it's taken back from him, although he goes down. That pass was deflected to Sonko. He was looking for Brock running, knocked away. That ball's going to roll through all the way to Oakland, who's going to get on that, and he's going to look to throw it out to Francois Klein here on the left side. And he puts it down the line. It's knocked down to Sonko. Bakari has it controlled in the middle, sees the double team coming, he's able to get it to Ware. Ware dances with it. He's triple teamed and he's dispossessed in the middle of that triple team. Long ball now played into the Trojans on the left-hand side. And the Cougar defense is back, and it forces it back. Now we have a referee for the stoppage in play. Not sure what that was, why the referee stopped the play there, but he's going to give the ball to the Trojans to kick, who puts it into the middle. And that ball comes out, a scary moment for the Cougars. Onquin is unable to catch it, and the offensive player for the Trojans was unable to get on it into, it would have been a tap into a wide open net. Cougars dodge a great goal-scoring opportunity for the Trojans, and it's going to be a goal kick as that ball just went wide. Trojans again have the ball on the attack. Sonko tracks back, and he's going to get called for a trip as he's able to, as he knocked that ball away. So a free kick right out in front for the Trojans. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the game. 1-1 tie. Cougars versus the Meridan Trojans. Last time we had a free kick in this area, very scary moment for the Cougars. Let's see what happens this time. He goes for goal, and that's just too ambitious an attempt as that ball sails way high and does not trouble the Cougar keeper. Houston has it coming up the field. He plays it through to Ware, but too far for Ware, and Johns has it. Long ball played ahead. Knocked away, knocked out. It's going to be Trojans on the offensive, looking to switch the field. Ball's put into the center, not able to be controlled by the striker. Cleared away, but the Trojans recover. Have it. Mistouch there. Sanko has it. Gets it to Brock. Knocks it away. He puts it ahead. Knocked down. Sanko gets it back to Brock. Brock puts it outside. No one's there. Meridan turns and shoots. Knocked down in the center. Looked like by Williams there. Plays it long. Sheeran knocked it out to Brock. And now it's going to be a Cougar throw-in as we're going to see Steves come back into the game for Sheeran. So Cougar throw, Francois Klein over the head of Houston off a Trojan head. Steve tries to get it, but it goes out of bounds. That's going to be a goal kick. Trojans now on the attack. Coming up to the sideline now to get it to the middle. Cougar defense forces them to drop back. Again, they start going backwards again. But the square is open on the switch. Now possessed. Houston defending. But pushed away. Now he's making the run. Goes by Francois Klein. Puts it on the net. But Oakland's there for an easy save. Stolen away by the Trojans. Under 3 minutes now to go in the contest. Williams, oh no, that's 95, mishits it. It's cut back. He tries to square it, not there. Knocked away by Williams. Sanko clears it out. Right outside, that looks like Hernandez now is going to run onto it, but is unable to. That was not Hernandez, that was Ware, it looks like, out there on the right. Trojans now on the attack. Put into the middle, headed away by Williams. Sanko chasing it down, tries poor pass. There's a good hard challenge. Coming out wide now to Brock, letting to run on it. Gets it to Francois Klein in the overlap, who slides and pushes it forward. And the ball's given to Sanko as the Cougars come back on the attack. Sanko to Houston. Houston with a run down the middle. He's tackled the ball away. And now the Trojans have it, but now ball is now on the attack. The Cougar defense comes over and knocks the ball away. Throwing for the Trojans. I have under 2 minutes to go. I have 1:30 on my watch. But again, this is taking place on the field. We have had a couple of stoppage incidents so far tonight. One where Francois Klein was taken down is one I can remember for sure. The long throw, Sanko comes over, is able to knock it away. Steves is going to get in control. No, he heads it instead of trying to control it. That ball's put out, and that's going to be a Cougar throw-in. Quickly on the attack is Sanko, turns and lofts it into the end, looking for Steves, not there. Sanko gets his head up, he's undercut. And another hard challenge by the Trojans, and the referee signals undercut, but that's all he signals. At some point, persistent fouling needs to come into play, but apparently not from that player, as Cabrera Garcia now stands over the free kick. I have 18 seconds left on my timer. The referee, I don't think, has been looking at his watch as Cabrera Garcia puts it long. You can hear Coach Anderson yelling, 1 minute less, let's go. We are under the 2-minute mark. I have the 40 minutes gone, but again, the referee will take the last however many minutes on his watch as the Trojans come on the attack. Great defending on the outside that time. By Kyson Parks. That ball is sent all the way through, and the referee, the linesman, has his flag up for offsides. So we are in stoppage time. If you wonder what can happen in stoppage time, all you had to do was watch the Sounder game last night, where they scored in the 5th minute of stoppage time on a penalty kick that tied up their Champions League, or their CONCACAF Champions League game, Champions game, and scored the tying goal to even that game at 2. So lots can happen in the last minute. You can't relax. You have to continue to attack and keep your intensity, but not play with any kind of desperation. And there's the final whistle. So the 6 seniors tonight: Alan Sheeran, Patrick Hernandez, Andrew Post, Brandon Miller, Lorenzo Cabrera Garcia, and Miguel Olguin will all leave tonight with a 1-1 tie in their last game. An early goal by the Trojans off a set-piece corner kick got the Trojans their first goal, but then a beautiful counterattack culminating with Bakari Sinoko's left-footed strike into the back of the net, and that was the game-tying goal at this few minutes into the second half. That's our last live stream of the season and of the year that we have planned. We thank everybody for joining us for the soccer season. Thank Kerry Parks for doing our camera work, Laura Leach for monitoring us on the front side. As always, Baldeep Singh, our producer engineer, on the backside. Thanks for joining us this year, all year long, and we'll see you next year. I'm Dale Leach for the Cougar live stream, signing off from Lakewood, YouTube, Lakewood Facebook, and we'll see you next year.